Hi, and welcome to part 3 of our purchase to pay demonstration video. In this section, I'm going to show how supplier payments are made and the process around them. There's a number of ways we can do this, but let's start with the supplier payments workspace, which we have here on our desktop. Now, this workspace is an area where we can monitor and enact the supplier payments. We can see things like electronic payments that have been sent needing confirmation. We can look at any suppliers we have on hold, look at a list of all suppliers, and the payment runs in their various processes. The other thing we've got down here is a quick list of invoices that are past due, and we can also do a transaction find and look at any payments that haven't been settled. If we go and look at this list, then we can drill from the list as well into particular suppliers. Let's go and have a look at Alistair Ferguson, because he's somebody we need to pay some money to as a subcontractor of ours. And from here, I can go into the payment journal directly if I want to, or from any other area. So let's go and have a look at the vendor payment journal. I'm going to open the lines. And we've got a routine here called payment proposal. So we can generate a payment proposal here. And what I'm going to do is actually look at Alistair's account in particular. So I can run the payment proposal for all suppliers. I can run it for a particular supplier. Any filter basically that is applicable I can run for. So typically for a bank account or a currency. And I can also put from dates and to dates as well if I want to exclude older payments or run up to a certain date. I can also put in an amount limit here as well. So if I wanted to pay up to a certain value, then the system will go and run through until it reaches that value and then stop at this point. Okay, so I am interested in running this for Alistair, and I'm not going to put a start date on it. So let's run the form and we'll see what we get. Okay, so we've got a couple of invoices here that are due, one for 600 and one for 1200. I could go and look at those particular vouchers, those particular invoices, and look at the original document and look at the details, and any payments or settlements that have already been made against those if they're partially open. And I can accept or not. So I can say, actually, I'm not going to pay this one from the most recent one. I'm going to remove that, but I am going to pay the one above it, this £600 one here. So let's just do that. And if I click create payments, then it's transferring the proposal to the journal itself. Okay, so we've got a payment here for 600. I can have a default offset account, a particular bank account, which might well be the case for this supplier, and again a typical sort of default payment method as well. You can see here that we've got a payment status here. So if we're generating electronic payments and sending them, they'll go through this process whereby the payment gets sent, received, approved, or rejected, and the status will update on here. I haven't got this integration switched on, so I'm going to say that the payment status here from a bank point of view is approved. And what you'll see here is that I do not have the ability to do anything around posting at this point. I'm going to save this journal. And the reason why I don't have the ability to do that is because we need to have this workflow approved, this journal approved. So there is a workflow on our payment journal here. So in order to enact that, I click the submit button. I can put a comment on here again if I want to. And now our payment journal is in the workflow process. I'm going to go and view the history, which is really just a way of helping me track where the workflow is. This one, like most of them, is set up to run every minute or so, and it will pick up on that workflow job and trigger it to a particular user or a user group in this case. I'm going to get my desktop ready over here in my other screen because I'm going to also be the approver on this particular one. There we are. So the workflow's run. It's been assigned to me, also another user as well. So as I say, usually use a user group for these sorts of workflows so that if one person's not available, the other person can approve it, or we can have them be serial, parallel, or needing two eyes approval as well, depending on how we set the workflow up. So if I were to go over here and just refresh my screen on my work center, I am now the approver, and I will see here, let's just close this, and we'll see here on my work center that I've got a vendor payment ready to approved under the work items assigned to me here. So I will go and click this, and then I can go and have a look at this journal voucher, check the lines, see okay, so this is a payment to Alistair Ferguson. Yeah, that's fine. I'm going to approve that. And I can approve it, reject it, obviously request a change, delegate it, etc. So in this case, I'm going to say approve. And again, I could put a comment on that if I want to. Let's close this line here. And then we'll go back to our journal lines here. So it's 1586, and I'm going to refresh the screen, and what we'll see when the approval's gone through and the workflow's done its activation, then this post button will become active. Okay, it's not active at the moment. Let's give it a minute. And we'd also get a message as well. So when this runs, we'll be able to see that it's available. Let's give it another prompt. Okay, now I have a post button available to me, so the workflow is completed, and we are ready to go. I would generate, print, and send from here, actually automatically remittance advice, usually as a PDF document by email to the supplier. Can also submit those electronically. And the last stage in the process is to post this document. I could validate this and do a simulate posting to check for any errors as well. But in this case, I'm not going to. I'm just going to post it. And that's the final part of the posting process. There we are. My operation is complete. This journal is now posted. Thank you very much.